G'day fellas. So about a week ago, a big YouTuber that goes by the name of Corpse Husband got cancelled on Twitter. Now, to sort of understand how Twitter cancels people, we've got to understand two things. One, Twitter loves to cancel people, and two, they will cancel you for anything. If you say the F word, they will literally cancel you. If you say a word that in your past, like from 4 years ago, that was actually acceptable back then they will cancel you for that. Now, Twitter loves to cancel celebrities and big YouTubers for stuff that they did 4 years ago. For example, Twitter is currently cancelling, or was cancelling, Chris Pratt for voting for Donald Trump, which is probably the stupidest thing you could cancel someone for because they don't have a say in his opinion or who he's going to vote for. And I just find it really stupid how Twitter cares so much about the stupidest little things when you've got things that are way more important happening around the world that everyone, and including them, need to focus on. So you can sort of see how dumb these people on Twitter are for cancelling someone. They literally dig up the stupidest reasons. Maybe they said a bad word 4 or 5 years ago when it was actually a little bit more acceptable and before everyone turned so PC. And then they bring it up in today's society and they instantly become a villain and they instantly get cancelled to shit. Now, if you don't know who Corpse Husband is, he is a horror narration channel that focuses on all types of horror, whether it may be creepypastas or unsolved mysteries that are on the internet, and even stories from his fans that they send in to him for him to narrate over. So you can see that he does a large variety of horror, and he's pretty big on YouTube at the moment because he played with PewDiePie and all these large YouTubers in Among Us, and since he has such a deep voice, he was sort of the main attraction for everyone, and he's recently exploded in popularity, gaining almost 2 million subscribers in the past couple months, which is insane growth. That is Mr. Beast level growth right there. So what does Twitter do with every single person who blows up in a really quick succession? They go back to their past and see if they've said anything wrong at all. And that's how Corpse Husband ended up getting cancelled. But what did he actually get cancelled for? What was the really bad word that he said? Well, I'm not going to say it considering that I might get cancelled myself, but it's basically Duke, but with an I, and it sounds like bike. You know exactly what I'm saying. And the worst part about this cancellation, or whatever the hell this is considered as, is that it was sent in by someone who was LGBTQ. Basically, they sent it in on their own sort of, terms, and they didn't think it was offensive to them at all. But as soon as Twitter finds out that he said something like that, they go absolutely crazy with no remorse for if it was, a joke, because it was clearly not his intentions to be offensive to anyone that is LGBTQ. He just read out the word in a story that his fans sent him, and now he's getting cancelled for it 6 years later. Now, whenever a YouTuber screws up, you can obviously expect an apology, and that's what Corpse Husband did, because obviously he thought it was also wrong, and he just wanted to get it, sort of apologize to just shut these stupid people who cancel him up. And to be honest, I don't even really think he should have made the apology, because it's not even that bad of a word, and honestly, I didn't know it was that offensive in the first place. I get, being triggered over someone calling you a name, but if he's just randomly saying out a word, you can't just get angry at that. But yeah, here's the apology that he issued on Twitter.
Hey, wanted to address this whenever I did the Q&A live stream so I could better explain it on a bigger platform live, but I woke up to a ton of DMs from people and I thought I should do it right away. For those of you who don't know, primarily I've done true horror story narration for years on my channel. The stories are sent in by my viewers, they write all of it, and I narrate their story to share their experience and what they've gone through with the world. These are real life experiences of real shit that people go through. About a year ago, I was sent in a story from someone who's trans. I was glad to cover this story despite some backlash I might get from boomers and shit, because I wanted to show the struggles of what trans people go through. And I support trans people. TLDR, this story is about an old Christian woman who is trying to hurt them and do horrible things to them. During the story, the person who is trans is called the D word. In the video, I read the word out loud, and I realize now I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize the severity of the word, or else I obviously wouldn't have said it. There are over 2,000 comments on the video and none of them mention it. I had no idea this hurt anybody at all. And that's the last thing I want to do. I've taken the video down now. I understand my mistake and I'm sorry. Thank you to the people trying to teach me about this. Some people were just blindly hating me, but most of the people I've seen have been very reasonable. And I really appreciate that. I'm probably going to get off everything for a little bit. Thank you.
Now, as you heard in the apology, he had no real knowledge that it was actually offensive, considering that none of his comment sections picked up on that. Which, I mean, to be honest, just goes to show how bad cancel culture has gotten. People will cancel anyone for saying any word, and obviously this is no different. He said one word in a story that his fans sent in, and they didn't get offended by it, nor did any of the comments, but apparently 6 years later, it's an entire big deal where people want to cancel him for it. This just goes to show how bad cancel culture has gotten, and it'll obviously continue to get worse and worse as the world becomes more politically correct and centered around being a nice person and not saying any naughty words on the internet. Because as soon as you say one of those, you're a bad person. And I guarantee you, all the people canceling Corpse say this word literally every day. Obviously, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you sort of get what I mean. I can 100% say that these people are being hypocrites because they probably say really bad words with their friends every day. If someone as lighthearted as Corpse can fuck up and get cancelled on Twitter for saying a single word from 6 years ago, that means that basically anyone can get cancelled for saying basically anything. And this goes without saying that the internet is a really scary place for that main reason. You're broadcasting yourself to millions of people, especially if you're someone like Corpse, and you're expected to live up to the expectations and never screw up, which is, in my opinion, really, really stupid because it sort of forces this opinion that all YouTubers are perfect when they're not. They're really not. That's why, you know, it's good to see these people muck up because it shows that they're human. Obviously, it's not good in the sense that they might get quote-unquote cancelled, but it shows that, you know, YouTubers and obviously are still people and that they can make mistakes. Whether you love or even hate Corpse, I just think that this entire Twitter cancelling and all that sort of stuff, all this cancel culture is just stupid and it should just be stopped. Because it's not benefiting anyone. They're taking away from the person's reputation and sort of trying to become the internet hero when they're clearly not. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you guys have anything else to add to this situation or anything that I missed, comment in the comment section down below because I always read my comments. I always love responding to your guys' comments. And also, one final thing, I have a Discord server. Go join it. The link is in the description down below. You can go come chat with me and many others. So yeah, the link will be in the description down below if you want to join my Discord server. But yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. Peace.
Soak up the rags, spark up the mask, light up the night and I never look back. I am the hunter, you are the monster. I am the entity, I am the haunter. Fight with no water, fight with no water. Bring me the leg, I won't choke on the water. I am the author, you are the paper. Rip you apart, leave the blood on the razor. Motherfucker, I am the product and never feeling my feelings. I run up on them in the middle of the night and I can't let my drill a hole in the building to fit of whatever mistake. Tell me shit, I don't listen. I'm burning up with the witches. Always been the same and I'll never change. Drifting the waves and I'm swept away. Catch me with the